Welcome, and thank you for joining us for another beautifully blessed, peaceful, prosperous, productive, and phenomenally powerful night. We are your hosts, Tori the Barber, the one and only, the only one under the sun, and the man, the myth, the legend, my right-hand man, Free Will Cole.
What's happening, y'all? Free Will Cole in the building. Thank you and welcome to another edition of the Free Will Podcast, where we create a community that inspires and empowers growth. You know, for people like you and me, so we can become the best versions of ourselves, huh? What's happening, Toy? How you doing today, my boy?
Man, what's happening with you, Mr. Cole? We back in the building for another one, and that's just how it go, huh?
Yeah,
how you feeling,
man?
big dog?
What's up, man? How my connection, man? My connection pretty good.
I think your connection pretty good. I think you looking smooth. They had a little blip, but I don't think it was.
Yeah, I had seen something like that, but you know, okay, it's cool. But listen, my day's pretty good. I'm a little under the weather. Okay. It's not like me. I don't like being under the weather. I'm not gonna lie. So I think the only way I get over this thing is if I learn to accept it and learn how to maneuver with it, right? Because I didn't had it too long. God damn it. Yeah, man, I'm feeling great. You know what I'm saying? I got my right hand on the left side of me. You know what I'm saying? I got
she
my
might
right
have to
hand
make
on
an
the left.
appearance today. I ain't gonna lie.
I got my right.
They need a face behind the name. You hear me?
They need a face behind the name, huh? I'm gonna bless him. Come see.
Here we go. The first lady in the building.
Ooh.
Live and in proud. Lord, in uniform. In full uniform. You heard?
Wait a minute.
We in a building.
God, y'all see why I do it.
It's a beautiful moment. It's a beautiful moment.
Y'all see why I go so crazy.
Come on now.
That's why I go so...
Huh?
Nah. I love you,
like
girl.
A dog. That's just too cute.
But yeah,
too cute.
We in the building. Man. But today, other than that, man, today's been a pretty good day, man. What about you, man? How was your day today?
Man, today for me has been a really, really great day. For me as well. Very productive day in the physical sense of working out and stuff like that. I got it in the day, made the day count, moved around a little bit, did what I had to do, went where I had to go, and you know, we live. You know what I'm saying? We recording another episode, so that means that everything between when I woke up and stepped out the bed and right now, everything went according to plan, and I'm here with no problems, no mishaps. You dig? And I'm grateful to be here for another day. But speaking of gratitude,
speaking of being grateful, huh?
Come on, tell them people what you're grateful for, Mr. Cole.
I'm grateful. First and foremost, I'm grateful for the man up above.
Yes, Lord, thank God.
I thank God, you know, for everything that I have, for everything that I don't have and will receive in the future. Thank God for everything around me. Next best, you know what I'm saying? I gotta give thanks to my lady. Ooh-wee. You know, man, she in the flesh today. And she know how many times I gave thanks, boy.
Come on now.
And she know. But I'm thankful for her. I'm thankful for Toe. It's my dog. I'm thankful for let's get a small things update, man. Hey, I'm thankful for health. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm a little sick, man, I can still taste. I can still got my taste buds. I can still smell. So even though I'm under the weather, I still got perks that people don't usually have when they under the weather. You know what I'm saying? So I'm blessed for that. You know, I'm thankful for that, man. What about you? What you grateful for?
Oh man, I'm so grateful to be here for another episode. 35 weeks consecutively, another episode of the Free Will Podcast. But before we get into any of that, all praises to the Most High.
Yeah.
Just had to take a moment of silence for that. Man, I'm so super duper grateful, man. Just to be back in the building for another one, and oh man, there's always so much to be grateful for, Mr. Cole. But man, I'm thankful for the man up above, like you say, and I'm just thankful for my support system. And every week I always talk about my support system. Everybody who I named being a part of my support system, y'all know as the first lady. Mr. Cole formally named her the general, you know what I'm saying? I'm still putting her on a map like she never left, you dig? And I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for her, man, and everything that she do. Every day in and day out support, man. And man, I'm thankful for my wonderful kids, Kaisley and Nevaeh. Putting them on the map with me. I'm thankful for my wonderful clients because I do come on here as Tori the Barber every single week. So it's only right that I put them on the stage with me, you dig? And I want to say this. Man, I want to say this kind of to what Cole was saying, just like the small thing, but it's really a miraculous thing to be grateful for, man. And I think it's one of the most underrated gifts that we have, and that is the gift of the body being able to heal itself.
Oh yeah,
you understand that?
Yes.
Like, just think about that for a minute. Like, you break a leg, long as you got a cast on its position right, it's gonna heal itself. You get sick, got a cold, got a little fever, flu, whatever. Listen, your body is designed to heal itself.
Yes, sir.
And I just think that's such a miraculous feature of the body, man. God did his big one with that one. That's just that self-preservation that he built in us, and I'm so grateful for that alone. You dig?
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Lord.
Hey, let's go ahead on and bow our heads. Yep. Give a moment of silence.
Yeah.
For our brand new subscribers.
Come on.
And the ones that get post notifications. Yes, Lord. Thank y'all. I appreciate you. If you don't have a D on the end of that subscribe, go ahead and add that thing on there. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and fill up the like button with love and appreciation.
Yes,
we certainly appreciate y'all for coming and watch us grow. You know what I mean? And hopefully growing with us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Without further ado, Mr. Cole, let's drop that. Word on the street. Word on the street. Word on the street.
From Pennsylvania comes the story of a sweet old neighbor lighting up social media with his quirky annual tradition. Recounted to the Washington Post by local Michelle Hernandez, one morning while she was working from home, 87-year-old Doug Turner rang her doorbell. Having only moved to the neighborhood in Bucks County 5 months past, Hernandez had seen Turner merely a few times on the street. He held a piece of paper in his hand. "Hi, I'm Doug across the street. I live over in that house over there," Turner said. "This is an invite to a party I'm having on February 15th. I didn't want to leave it in the mailbox." Thanking the senior and going back inside, Hernandez unfolded the paper invitation with a hand-drawn snowflake over the words, "A celebration of winter, 4 p.m. until the cops arrived."
Come on now.
Hernandez thought it was just so sweet and posted a clip of their interaction that had been caught on her Ring camera on TikTok, where it went viral and accumulated over 2 million views. The follow-up to that, in which Hernandez read the letter out loud, made another million, with hundreds of commenters urging her to RSVP. Yes, sir. Listen, who said when you make a certain age, you supposed to stop? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who said that? Tell him to rethink. Go ahead and show him this video, huh?
Yeah.
You know, listen, so there's another piece. I may have not read it, but him and his wife used to. This is a tradition that him and his wife started, right? Every year on their birthdays, they send out invitations, and just invite people to their house, right? Hopefully they'll have a good time. They meet each other. Just have great energy, right?
For sure.
And the part that's funny to me is 4 p.m. until the cops arrive.
Till the cops come, you heard?
That's hilarious.
We can't thug no more.
Listen, everybody. Everybody today is damn near gonna be asleep by 9 o'clock.
For real, huh?
What's up, man? What you think about that?
Man, I think that's awesome. I love when I come across like when we come across like very maturely aged adults who still have a sense of humor, that still have a sense of life, that can still get up and get down with the rest of them, and it really make you, again, it makes you embrace aging and growth. And when I see that, it make me be like, man, when I get that age, I want to be able to be just as youthful. I want to be able to move just as good. I want to be able to still look at the bright side of life and just be grateful every single day. So I love when I see stuff like that, Mr. Cole.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, man.
That's fine. That just reminds. We're gonna put a little reminder there to just keep the fun going, even before we along with the excuse of getting old. We have many excuses that we use. It's not the time for that, or I'm too busy, or what I'm saying, I got too much going on, or whatever it is, right? Never forget to go ahead and insert some fun into your life somehow.
For
you
sure.
know what I mean? You know, so you can go ahead on and remember that this thing is to be enjoyed.
For sure.
Right. But yeah, man, let's get into this topic. So what we talking about today?
Well, the topic, man, that we talking about today, the conversation that we're gonna be having today, we're gonna be talking about the everyday fight, the everyday fight that we face, and the everyday fight can look like a variety of things based on who the person is. It could be positive adversity, it could be negative adversity. And when I was thinking about this topic, it was more so on a negative side of life, or the negative side of the coin, you know what I'm saying, with just the day-to-day challenges that we face. It's just, we have so many different things that take place. Sometimes you feel like life is just going your way, everything is just all good, and then boom, something happened. It could be tragedy strike, it could be something somebody else did, it could be something that you did, you know what I'm saying? But every day, each and every single one of us have some sort of fight that we fight. It might just be to make sure that you stay consistent and waking up at a certain time, to get your reading on, to get your prayer and meditation on, to get your gym workout in. You know what I'm saying? But it's an everyday fight. And the fight can be a great fight, or it could be a fight that defeats you. You know what I'm saying? You just kind of got to channel that and see exactly which direction you want to go and how you want to have that perspective over your experience, Mr. Cole. So what you think about that so far?
Yeah, man.
Can you relate to that?
Oh, for sure, man. Like I think the thing I like to focus on the most when we're talking about stuff like this is, like you said, the perspective.
Yes.
You know, and knowing that there is an everyday fight, and the everyday fight is always necessary, and that's like normal. It's a normal part of life, right? Sometimes we believe that, when stuff go on and they don't go your way, that like that's okay. This is an anomaly. This is not supposed to be happening.
Right.
When it always is, right? That's literally that's the path to wherever it is that you're trying to go, right? Because there's anytime a challenge comes, then change comes right after that. And change is good, and change is the only thing that's consistent in life. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So the moment that changes, and we really got an issue.
We really got a problem.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, just, you know, first thing is accepting that there is an everyday fight. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh man. So what does that fight look like for each individual, right? So we have different, like I said, we got different varieties. So we got the financial stress, we got the relationship challenges, we got the self-doubt, we got the trauma, you know what I'm saying? And the big question here is, how does adversity take a toll over time? I want to focus on that. I want to really kind of like key in on how does adversity in those different challenges, those different fights, how do they take a toll over time? And I think it could be a bit different based off of what branch you go on to. But anything that is unchecked, that is not addressed, is gonna, first to me, is gonna take a toll on your mental. It's gonna definitely take a toll on your mental. Me currently, personally, I have a situation that I have going on right now in a relationship space. And it's in a relationship space with my mama. Me and my mama gang banging right now. She might not be gang banging with me, but I'm gang banging with her. I'm not gonna lie, man. I really got to a point where, and I gotta say this because, man, I don't want to get on here and be commercial and
sure. Keep it G.
But it's the raw, man. So, man, we got a situation going on, and I got to the point to where I was like, man, I'm done with you. I don't want to talk to you. You ain't got nothing to tell me. Like, it's like you practically dead to me. And I'm gonna be careful with words that I choose, because without being able to resolve situations and then something like death actually occur, you know what I'm saying? Her being at her age, I'm sure she got more days behind her than she do in front of her. Something that I'm battling right now is finding the right time to make that call to get it addressed. And quite frankly, even after in my mind, I'm like, even after I make that call, I still don't necessarily care to have like I don't really care to like revive the relationship, but I do want to have, I guess, closure. Maybe I need closure, or maybe she need closure. but I don't want to leave it. I don't want to drop a bombshell, leave it to where I left a bombshell, but then I cowered my way out of having that tough conversation. You see what I'm saying? So that's really that's a challenge that I'm fighting right now. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I gave myself to Sunday to make the call. Well, we days past Sunday because it seems like, you know, if you don't to what I was saying before I went on to this kind of this rant, but it's like anything that goes unchecked, it kind of like festers. It get worse and worse. And one thing I said was, it never felt like it just never seemed to be the right time to make the call. But it'll never be the right time until you make it the right time.
It's never gonna feel, with any situation, it's never gonna feel good. And that's what we do, right? Too, like we base it off of like, oh, it don't feel right. What does that mean? Like that's literally just your body telling you that it's uncomfortable or something. Why? Because we don't do this on a regular. We don't do this often. You know what I'm saying? So anything that we don't do often, we're not comfortable with it. So that means we'll never do anything new, right? And you don't want to be in that situation, right?
For sure.
So it's always gonna be, hey, I need to do this regardless of how I feel. I need to do this. I'm angry right now. Okay, maybe not angry. You need to definitely be. There's a prerequisite of this to where you need to be able to control your emotions, of course, right? But you know, but another major point of handling any kind of situation, especially relationship situations, is your why. You know what I'm saying? Your why of why do I want this thing to go this way? And you need to have a why established on anything, right? Or else your feelings will beat you every time, right? The why need to be way stronger. And even if, okay, so I'm gonna finish this first. The why need to be way stronger than your feelings, or you gonna lose, right?
Yeah.
And even if you don't have a why, you need to go make you a why for that thing, right? And like put it, make it fit into the character of who you want to be. Because you know, anybody who here right now who on our page know, like we trying to be somebody. We ain't just trying to, you know what I'm saying? The character is a big thing. You know what I mean? So whoever it is that you trying to be, that everything needs to fit in that. And then we label that. And then after we label that, and then we just move on it. And then it goes from there. It ain't supposed to be perfect. Sure. You know what I'm saying? You might make that call, it go horrible. But who said it was supposed to go great the first time?
Right.
Who said if the call didn't go horrible, that it was supposed to be it after that?
Right. Either way,
it's an everyday fight. You know what I'm saying? It's an everyday fight. You know, it's never gonna be over with. You know what I mean? So that's why I gotta be strong.
Yeah, man. So that's something that I'm navigating. I like what you said about, you know, even if you don't have a why, you kind of go to the character aspect of it, right? Create a why if you don't have one, or go to the character. And honestly, man, and I had to be transparent about this on here because I hold myself to a high regard. I'm so grateful for free will. Y'all have no idea. Like, people think like, I really hope y'all don't think we get on here and, like you said, we trying to be somebody. Yes, we're trying to be the example of what it looked like to navigate life in all these different facets and all these different ways. But you know, when I find myself falling short, I ask myself, well, in a sense, I don't say this for real, y'all, but in a sense, like, what would free will Toe do? Huh? Like, what would because I want to be able to give advice, but I don't want to give advice just off of my logic. I want to be able to give advice through my experience. You know what I'm saying? And not just like, I don't want to, you know, be that guy that have all the answers, but I want to be like, listen, I've been where you are. I understand how you feel because I dealt with mine. You know, sometimes we give advice, but we never even confronted our own situations and our own problems, but we give advice out of logic. In other words, it's easier to coach a team, but it's harder to run your own plays in a sense. You see what I'm saying? It's easy to coach a team, but you can't take your own advice. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to be that guy, man. So in this particular moment, I just use this as an opportunity to kind of get it out. Yeah. And me and my mama should have been and had a phone call by the time this air, because I don't know I haven't been talking to her. I'm gonna keep it G with y'all. It's been about 3 weeks and I haven't talk to, answer the phone for, none of that. I meant what I said, but I do realize that there's some work that needs to get done in that space. And so, shit, hopefully, we had that conversation before she see this, but if not, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I want to say this too, though, man. I want to say there's a part of with these hard situations, especially in relationships, but I don't want to hold it just to relationships. And even personal issues that we have with ourselves, there's a surrender that has to happen.
Okay.
It goes something like, I don't know what to do. I don't have the answers. Lord, this is an issue. Like you definitely gotta surrender to God with it, right? But there's a hey, I don't know what to do. Like I don't got what it takes. I'm just ready to do whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you gotta when you surrender, you releasing the things, most of the things that's keeping you from getting to where you need to go at. You know what I'm saying? Like if let's say I got what I'm talking about. Let's say I got we're working out. The working out is a thing for me. I go hard. Sometimes I go hard for a month, and then it's over with after that, right? Right? There's something that happens to where, because I had that month, I don't really want to hear when people tell me like, oh man, you just need to do this, do that. In my head, I just need to be consistent.
Okay.
Right? So once I be like, Lord, I don't know how to keep this thing up, it opens me up so I can receive any answer that's possible. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't got it.
Yeah.
Period. I don't have it. If I had it, I would have had it no matter what I did to get to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's like a surrender. Like you just gotta let that thing. You just have to let it go. And what you letting go is maybe what you did so far. Like it's really what happened so far, kind of thing. Whatever happened so far, just like push that to the side right now and just like open yourself up to all of the possibilities, you know, and solutions and stuff that can benefit you, right? You know what I'm saying? You know, because after that, bro, like after that, you know, people that's what leads to people giving up.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You know, you just like, cause you on a burnout, like you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, and it's not working. So at some point you gotta be like, this is not working, and you gotta be open with that, like you just did. So you like, people, I got a problem. It ain't been working. I'm out with it, right? Yeah. And that's not weak. Like that ain't like, it's weaker to hold on to something that ain't never worked. Like you got a car in the driveway, you like, yeah, it's my car. I got a car. I don't need a car. The car don't even drive. Yeah. You can't even start it up.
Yeah.
So no, you don't have a car. You know what I'm saying? So, you gotta let it go, man.
Yeah, I think that's key. We gotta let it go. It's a lot of things to let go. And it's a lot of things that you have to kind of let go in that situation. You gotta let go of, I would say, let's say, you gotta stop holding on to the past. You gotta stop holding on to the story and the narrative that you holding on to. And honestly, what you was just saying, it reminded me of The Courage to Be Disliked, and I referenced that. I used to reference it a whole lot more back in the day, but The Courage to Be Disliked is such a great book, and I remember it talking about, it said that the past doesn't exist. And the reason why I say the past doesn't exist is because all we really have is right now, but ultimately we create the story. Like when we talk about the past and reference the past, there's a bunch of different narratives of how that past event took place. But we give the narrative in a way to fit our, you know what I'm saying, how we want it to look, or how it benefit us for it to look like or seem that way. And if our goal is to be the victim, then when we're gonna tell that story, we're gonna tell that story that make us out to be the victim. If you want to be the hero of that story, we're gonna tell that story in a way to where it and it's the same situation but different story. So sometimes you have to realize that it may do you some good to stop remembering the past like it happened and start remembering it in a way that's gonna empower you. If you're gonna hold on to that situation, if you're gonna hold on to that situation, find a way to convert that into an experience that can empower you today. And it may have hurt you then, but how did it make you stronger today? Right. And so that's just something that I'm kind of keeping in the back of my mind as I move forward with this situation. Yeah. And I'm damn sure I'm gonna for sure let y'all know how it go. I'm gonna recap this next week.
And there's in my mind, like maybe you could add something on if I'm missing something too, but in my mind, there's only two decisions or two choices that you have in this world that we live in, right? It's to be depressed or be delusional.
Okay.
You only got two decisions, right? And the depressed is to take everything in as is, as it's presented to you, right? And you take that and you apply it, and which most of the time is negative, right? And you just, hey, I was or it's 50-50 really, right? Nah, to be honest, in this world we live in, it ain't even close to 50-50, to be honest. It's probably like 80-20.
Okay.
80% negative, 20% you happen to you is positive. That's why they got miracles.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Or you could be delusional, and even though this thing looks horrible, you could still go in and put your meaning on it, and your meaning benefits you, and you still happy in the end. You know what I'm saying? Or going through it. And me, I'm when I'm happy, I'm operating the best that I'm operating the best when I'm feeling happy. You know what I'm saying? Or when I'm content, or when I'm at peace. So if I gotta tell myself that she ain't do it on purpose, or they ain't do it on purpose, even though it's pretty good chance that they did it on purpose.
Yeah.
And I can go another way, and you know what I'm saying, and it could work out. I'd rather do that.
Okay.
Then they did it on purpose, and I'm like, man, bump that. And why everybody won't always do something to me? You know what I'm saying? Everybody always doing something on purpose. Like, cool. Listen, you not lying, but you either gonna be depressed about it, which ain't fun, or you could be delusional about it, which is fun, and you still could get what you want at the end of the day out of that. Now listen, if you operate your best depressed, then hey, you do your thing.
You heard me?
You do your thing with it. You know what I'm saying?
Do your best depressed, by all means. You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you, Mr. Cole. I know personally, I know people who have to be in a place of being the victim or being depressed in order to navigate the world.
Yeah.
There's this thing called, so we all heard the term narcissistic, like narcissism. Like there's a narcissist that make everything about them. Listen, people who are the inferior one, the weak one, the one that always get taken advantage of, the one that can't say no, the one that is all that how I'm gonna say that, the narcissistic one. That's an inverse narcissistic tendency. I'll put it like that. So some people do their best being depressed. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole nother branch of the olive tree. But man, so yeah, don't be that person, man. Cause then you gonna always get the short end of the stick. You don't ever get to experience and enjoy the fruits of your labor and enjoy life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just put that out there for you.
Yeah. Let's talk about some other reasons people give up. Other than that, man, you got the lack of support. You're doing it by yourself. Feeling like nobody see what's going on. You got stuff like that. There's a lot of things that go into the everyday fight, right? And it's a study. Yeah. So to those two things, I have some short answers. You definitely don't want to do anything by yourself. And if you feel like you're alone, you may be alone now. With humans, because God will never leave you alone. But I know personally that's hard to, if you didn't have a relationship with God at first and you don't understand that he literally put something here for you to succeed no matter where you at, no matter what you have going on. You don't really need people. Like it's hard to grasp that concept, right? But for you, he still put people here for you so you can be comforted and have a village. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You just may not have that around you, and it may not be your family, or your current friends. You know what I'm saying? You might have to go somewhere and get that, but that is very important. Yep. You know, that could be a journey in itself with you. Just finding somebody who is on the same page as you are. You know what I mean?
100%.
You know, so, you know, so that's a thing. And that's one more thing is repeated failures. I'm gonna be short and quick with this one. You only fail if you give up. That's it. You only
fail when you stop. Real talk.
That's it. Anything else is just lessons, and practice looking at them like lessons. Even if it's the biggest lesson that you've ever had, it's still a lesson.
Yeah.
Because if it was a failure, that means that you wouldn't be able to do it again.
Come on.
Like if you failed at it, you can't get back up and go do it again. But because you can get back up and go do that thing again, it's only a lesson.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then from that,
I ain't gonna lie, Cole, that was a ball. You only failed if you give up. Don't give up. Keep going.
Yep. That's a fact. You know? And that's a choice. It's a choice, right? Or rather a decision. I don't really like choices like that. I mean, it's a choice until you actually make a decision. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make the decision to keep on just keep on pushing through, right?
Yeah, man.
It's an everyday thing.
Yeah, and I like that. I mean, it's like you said, there's multiple reasons why people give up. But ultimately, you have to decide to keep going. You can't quit. You can't give up. You can't throw in the towel. You got to make it stick. You got to make it count. And you got to find joy in the fight. And your joy, like Cole would say, will be your why. It's your reason. It's your reason to make it. It's the reason. It's like creating a silver lining in a dark cloud. You know, it's that dream that you have. It's that ideal situation and circumstance. There's a whole bunch of in it. Like, we went down a rabbit hole with relationships, but we got, you know, the financial component. And just to touch on the financial component real quick without being too long-winded, if you experiencing some type of financial hardship, there's something wrong with your mindset. I heard once before, who was this? He said, maybe, I don't know, it could have been Jim Rohn or somebody, but the man, he went to ask somebody, he was talking to an advisor, a guru or something. He was like, listen, I need a money strategy. I need a new strategy. I need more money. I need a raise. I need another job, another source of income. And the man said, you don't need more money. You need a better strategy. That means that whatever you doing every day is not working. That means that job that you going to work on every day versus what your lifestyle is demanding, you got to switch something up. You got to shake something up, and you got to get out of your comfort zone. You got to rewire your mind to be able to attract or become more valuable so that you can make more money and figure something out. But I just wanted to throw that out there too, because that was also a point too. But we're gonna keep on going, Mr. Cole.
Yeah. And I'm gonna keep it G with you, you know.
Keep it all the way.
If you got the victim mindset, you probably won't get to that point, because what the victim mindset does is, hey, somebody has to figure this out because I'm not the one that's responsible for it.
Yeah.
Somebody has to come and do this because I didn't make it. Like it's not, when you are the victim of something, it's not your fault. Therefore, it's not your responsibility to create a solution. No matter what the situation is, like, being a victim doesn't mean that you don't acknowledge that something is done to you. Being a victim, having a victim mindset just means that, hey, something may have been done, but I'm going to be responsible for it, and I'm going to make it to where this thing is rectified and not wait for nobody else to come and rectify it for me, which is a feeling of helplessness for me. And you know, people don't like, people who fully embrace the mindset, they feel helpless, but they like it comes out in anger. You know, people get mad, like they extra mad at people. Like, this how you know this you. Like, soon as somebody do something, you stupid mad at them. Like I can't. Smallest thing. I don't understand how they was able to do that and not see this. How you not see this? Instead of being like, hey, okay, I see they're not really good at this, so I'm gonna go ahead and remind them next time, and I'm gonna put it out for them so they can see it, and we'll talk about it a little bit. Hopefully they'll do it better next time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, like, it's like, and that's the last thing I'm gonna say about this. I go all day with this thing here, right? literally having the mindset of why didn't this person do this is so hypocritical. It don't make no sense. Like, you could turn that around to you. Why you ain't do that? Why you ain't do this? Why you ain't do that? Right? The truth is, you didn't have it. Just like you ain't have it, they don't got it. You know what I'm saying? Just like it wasn't in place here, it's not in place there. So either you gonna put it in place or you gonna wait for somebody else to put it in place, but you gonna be upset until somebody else put it in place. And then your expectations gonna be high after somebody else gotta do it for you. It's not right.
No, that's not right at all, man. Cause that you just tweaking. You know, we do that stuff, man. But when we sometimes we do that subconsciously because we just want to be able to blame somebody if it don't go right. We don't want to be the ones to be accountable for it, man, Mr. Cole. But I want to say one more thing. I want us to give them some practical tools for the battle, man. Faith, right? That's a huge one. I mean, it's been such a major key, a major ingredient for me, personally, and it really goes a long way, man, having faith, because that way you don't have to feel the full weight of whatever situation and circumstance that you're going through. You know what I'm saying? If I be like, man, me just believing that God got me, God ain't gonna let me sink, he ain't gonna let me drown, that alone helps me out so much, because I really believe that, and I believe that that's just how the world works, and I believe that our mind is so powerful that if you are a negative person, you will experience negativity in life. If you're a more positive person, you're going to experience more positivity. If that works like that and you believe that, then listen, God got me, and he going to be part of what get me up out of this thing, Cole. Discipline is another extreme one, because like we said, having strategy, having the means, the tools to get up out of what you get, whatever you're going through, that's very, very major also, man. Because your strategy, your discipline, you being focused and constantly doing things that's gonna nudge you in the right direction is gonna be ultimately what ends up getting you out of your circumstances and keep you out of them circumstances. You got anything that you want to throw out there, Coach?
Nah, man, just practice on a daily, you know.
For sure.
If you gotta deal with life every day, you gotta practice every day. Excuse me. Sure. You gotta practice every day. You know, think about this. You know, when you're playing sports, you practice more than you actually playing the game. And sometimes sometimes you still have stuff to work on. So what you think you have to do if you're dealing with life every day?
Yes, you gotta practice.
And you gotta put some time in there. You gotta put some intentional time in that thing if you want to do better with it. You got to. It don't 100%. Matter if you know about it. I was just talking to my lady about this yesterday, right? You know, we may know of the thing, we may have good intentions, but we gotta practice. Even if, like, listen, just with the principle is, this is what the principle of, if you don't use it, you're gonna lose it. Very true. Yes. If we professionals in this thing, we need to just at least practice it. You know what I'm saying?
Every day, you gotta touch on it every single day.
So let's do this thing, man. Every day. Just the amount of work that you put into making it better is going to determine the outcome that you get from it, you know.
Wise man once said, what you put in is what you get out. You did. And lastly, I'm gonna just say this one last thing. Have a community. And I don't have to speak too long, because this is what it is. This is what Free Will Podcast is all about: having a community, having somebody to lean back on, rely on, and having a community, a place to go to get the answers, to get the help, to get the advice, to see that you're not the only one going through the things that you're going through. So, man, we just grateful that we can be there for y'all, each and every person that is experiencing any trials in life, the ups and the downs, the ins and the outs. So on that note, Mr. Cole, we just want to personally thank each and every single one of y'all who started with us, who's still following us to this point, who's grown with us, who's evolving and elevating with us. We want to thank y'all for being the best part of the Free Will Podcast. You dig? Man, guess what, Cole? We're going to be here next Friday, 8:30 Central Time. Don't just meet us there. Beat us there.
Yeah,
heard. And we're going to see y'all again on the next one.